The bearded one, James Harden. Durantula, Kevin Durant. Does anybody even call him that? Okay, I know it's been a while since I last posted, but when I first made the video idea, the Rockets and the Warriors were tied 1-1 in the Western Conference Finals, and we all know how that ended. But let's examine how these former young Thunder teammates became superstars for different teams. Hey, yo. So I don't think I explained the versus system well enough the first time, so I'll try again here. So each arena has like 1,000 or something simulations, and for all of those I generate a random value for each score, so like shooting, inside scoring, and so on and so forth. And that random value is generated within a maximum and minimum threshold depending on like the person's score. And the reason why I have that is I do want to generate a lot of simulations for consistency, but at the same time, think about like Steph Curry. Like, he's not going to shoot amazing every single time he goes to play a game, but his floor is a lot higher than a lot of people's ceilings. So that's why I kind of want to have those two different factors in effect. But speaking of long range shooting, let's get to it. I don't have to explain this. You guys have either seen the video before or it's pretty self-explanatory here. So let's start off with James Harden and his long-range shooting. I also didn't write a script. So James Harden is just a beast when shooting three-pointers. He shot 37% on 3.7 makes a game. And when you've got that kind of volume, who needs an elite shooting percentage? Also, you know for a fact he's deadly from mid-range with that patented step-back move. It's crazy. No, he's actually really good. And he shoots an average free throw percentage, but with all that, like, he gets a really good long-range score. I think it's an 8? Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's a 9. Sorry. 9 out of 10. Amazing. He's a baller. I wonder how good of a shooter Kevin Durant is. Obviously, he's elite from three-point range. The only thing that stops him from getting 5 out of 5 is volume, and that's because there's plenty of other Hall of Fame shooters on the team to feed the ball to. But obviously, mid-range, he's unblockable. Like, you can't even contest his shot. He's 7 feet tall. Like, there's nothing you can do. And free throw shooting, he's just as elite. Like, honestly, he is one of the best shooters the NBA has ever seen or will ever see. 9 out of 10. But it's a good 9 out of 10. Like a good 9 out of 10. Once again, self-explanatory. Explanatory. So for James Harden, he has really broad shoulders, if you've seen. So when you have that, you're really strong, you have an amazing handle inside the paint, you're pretty hard to stop. It's funny, he only gets a 7 out of 10 here because he kind of had a down year in terms of efficiency close to the rim. But his down year is better than a lot of people's up years, so take that as you will. So, in case you didn't hear that Kevin Durant is 7 feet, he's tall. So that makes him really hard to stop in the paint whenever he drives. So don't be confused by this score either. 6 out of 10 doesn't mean that he's not good in scoring inside. It's just that volume-wise, that isn't his role on the team. He doesn't really have the ball as much as an inside dominator would to do well in this category. Okay, I know James Harden gets a really bad rap on defense. Year after year, people say he doesn't give enough effort, he doesn't try hard enough, but honestly, I think after a while, he's really bought into the concept of, okay, not for that play, but lately his DRPM score, defensive real plus minus, is pretty average, 3 out of 8, that's pretty good, that's passable, and he does generate steals and, oh, wow, that was bad. He gets steals and blocks, like, he's a pretty average defender at this point, and I don't think he should be made fun of all the time. That's all I'm saying. That's it. So I just realized how many Harden clips I put in here. It's just, I mean, it's just not fair. Like, I'm just putting this here to give you the full context. It's just not fair. Once known as an offense-only player, Durant's really stepped it up the last couple of years, taking advantage of his incredible physical gifts and a crazy long wingspan. The only reason he gets a pretty low score, or a pretty average score, is just because the Warriors' defense is so good, it makes it hard for anyone really to stand out defensively, especially in the starting lineup. But don't be confused and think he's average on defense. playmaking is obviously where James Harden gets his money. Like, come on. First of all, he's the ISO warrior, but he's not a warrior. He can do whatever he wants with the ball when he wants to. I think he's the best scorer in terms of isolation like the league has right now. Who can beat him? Maybe Carmelo? Nah, I'm playing. But he's an amazing scorer, like hands down, tops. In terms of passing, I think he has some of the best passes that the league has ever seen. When I'm thinking about it now, I think right now he throws more between the legs passes in the NBA than people do in high school. 10 out of 10, obviously. Don't sleep on Kevin Durant in the playmaking department because he has amazing handles. And he's 7 feet tall. I think that's just so unfair. Like, how can you guard him? Like, he's just too fast. And when he pulls up, like, if you're not 7 feet tall too, you're not blocking it. So the thing here, for the unassisted scoring impact, he only gets a 3 out of 4. And that's just because the Warriors share the ball so much that he just doesn't really get an opportunity for isolation. But he'd kill in it. And assist, he's a 4 out of 6, which is really good. As a small forward, he passes the ball really well. Like a 7 out of 10 for a scorer as elite as him with so much passing and assisting, it's amazing. Brought to you by... Nah, I'm kidding, no ads. So yeah, James Harden. Remember how I said broad shoulders, really strong? Yeah, he's pretty athletic too. He doesn't have as much bounce as you would see like a Russell Westbrook or like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but I don't know why I brought him up. But he gets a pretty average height score and a dunk score, which gives him 7 out of 10, which is definitely in the upper range of athleticism in the NBA. So yeah, Kevin Durant, 7 foot tall beast. He gets docked a little bit in the height score because he's, 7 foot tall. But he dunks the ball a lot, showing some surprising bounce that people don't really talk about. So yeah, this dunk score, 7 out of 10, propels his score to an 8 out of 10 in terms of athleticism. So yeah, he's got some bounce, he's got some game, he's got everything. And a wingspan. And a championship with the Warriors. So yeah, we're about to compile all the scores, and I just realized instead of a black background, when I first made this video, for some reason I chose like this kind of like astro, like starry background. I don't know why, but enjoy it while it's here. So I'm gonna put the scores for both James Harden and Kevin Durant here on the board, and you can see like when you see the final total, yeah, in the upper echelon, like most stars are like in the late 30s to mid 30s out of 50, because yes, the way I kind of did this system is pretty brutal. Like, it's kind of hard to get like much higher than that. So yeah, for 1v1, athleticism, inside shooting, and long range shooting matter in that order. And as we can see here, Kevin Durant pretty handily beats James Harden by about 60 wins. And it makes sense when you think about it, like realistically, like yes, in the scores, Kevin Durant's a little bit more athletic and is a little bit better of a shooter, but he's 7 feet tall. James Harden in his own right is unguardable, but Kevin Durant, like, you just can't make him miss. Like 1v1, I don't think you can beat him. I know you might be thinking that you don't really agree with the way I ordered these things to be emphasized, but so what? James Harden beats Kevin Durant in 3v3s, and it kind of makes sense when you think about it. I say this all the time. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. But in a 3v3 matchup where you'd like some playmaking as well to go along with your shooting skills, James Harden is just, I think he's arguably a better addition than Durant because he can pass the ball so well. I can already tell this is starting to be really controversial. So yeah, for the emphasis here, I have long-range shooting, playmaking, and inside shooting in that order. And honestly, James Harden barely wins over Durant. Well, maybe not so barely. It's hard to contest the fact that he's such a good passer, and he's a passable enough shooter compared to Durant that he's just as a valuable addition to bring to a squad. I mean, of course, if he doesn't hold the ball too much. He involves his teammates so much that I would pick him first in a 5v5. put this. I'm gonna put up the results of the score, even though it doesn't mean anything. It's just to prove that the system did say that in the end, James Harden is a better basketball player than Durant. I know some people might have contention with that, but I honestly believe it. Like, come on. I know Durant is all tall and amazing as a shooter, but the one who's better is the one that's gonna put you in a blender. James Harden is an amazing basketball asset for any basketball team, and of course Durant is, and he's definitely like a Hall of Fame, like instant surefire bet. But I'm gonna go with James Harden, to be honest. Hit the lights. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'm really sorry that it took me like a month for the last video for me to drop this one. Like, I'm really like trying to reconsider the way I'm gonna do these videos, and I keep getting so many copyright strikes. It's crazy, but I'm gonna do my best to upload a lot more basketball and rap or whatever kind of content, maybe even daily one day. But thank you for watching.